we're kind of BSing on our goals, right? We're 5 days in. It's been okay. I'm eating okay. I'm getting to the gym most of the time. The effort, focus, and commitment, change agent, and the proven method. The reason why it's important is because it's more of a self check. When I was growing up back in the day, people would say, check yourself. What a self check is it's really taking a hard look at yourself and and addressing, what you have to address. So, you know, our parents used to say, check yourself before you say something you shouldn't say. Your girlfriend or boyfriend might be like, check yourself before you make the wrong move. And so the EFC workbook is something that's kind of like in me, and I want you guys to have it in you as well. Uh, so this January, I want to challenge you guys to do 50 a day. All right. And you, before you work out, make sure you get a good stretch. It's nothing like a good stretch. I have big, strong muscles, but they can get kind of tight. So I want to make sure I take the time out to get a good stretch. Now, today we're going to do 50 burpees. I don't care what you do 50 of a day, just do something. Most of you beginners, most of you people that have resolutions that you never kept, just doing something every day, it builds the right kind of habit. It helps you to realize your body will improve for two and for three. It keeps you committed to having and putting aside time to work out, which is the biggie, right? You can get bogged down, stress, kids, work, whatever. But you want to keep your tempo together. Uh, I will say that, there have been times when I've let myself slide, go a week or two without working out. But in my shape, I can do that and get away with it. But I'm gonna tell you guys, when I get back to my workout routine, I am pretty dealing with some soreness, and not just because of my age. Right, 48, feeling great. I want to maintain this level of fitness for at least 20 more years. And that's just not physical. The physical helps build my mental. We'll get into that later. All right. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, this is the kind of behind the scenes content I'm going to have for my subscribers only. So starting Monday, to be clear, all you're going to see is snippets. You'll see postings of stuff that you missed not being a subscriber, as I should. Tempt and tease you guys with the goods. Type Wood D. Remember, you want to get a good stretch. You want to stretch that lower back out by simply putting your body down and pushing your body up. This is a great lower back stretch, a great core stretch. Feels great. That lower back can get so tight and so stiff and so sore, can it? So make sure you guys get a good stretch. And I thank all my fans out there that are like, man, you used to work out. What happened to the workout? And so I wasn't. Focus more on the coaching. But Heavenly Homebodies, getting that going, wanting you guys to get the gym wear, to get juiced up, to get the feel. It's important, right? So let's stretch those quads out with a nice lean back stretch. Stretch those quads out. And you'll find when you're stretching more, you'll have less problems with your joints and your knees. So let's get a good stretch. We'll relax, come down, stretch. And don't be in a rush to stretch. I know I'm making a video, but there's no reason to rush your stretch. Let's get a second stretch for good measure. Let's get it going. Stretch them big muscles out. The quads is a pretty big muscle, so make sure you stretch that muscle out. Now, why do you think I chose burpees today? The burpee is a great full body exercise. It's cardio, core, upper body, lower body, if you do it correctly, and there are some modifications. Okay. So I don't care what kind of gloves you have, junky or not, and you should beat up a good 3 or 4 pair of gloves over a year's time. Beat these gloves up, right? Um, Always have your hydration. Okay, keep that next to you. Don't rush through a workout. If your time is a half an hour and you don't get it all in, that's okay. That's okay. What I want you to realize is that moving forward, you don't really have to. What you got to focus on is just doing the workout every day. So 50 a day. It could be 50 push-ups, 50 crunches. I'm doing a more high intensity workout because some of you guys really want to get in shape. So no matter what you've done or not done so far, let's finish the month doing 50 a day. All right. Let's get these burpees in. You guys got some music? Put it on for me. I have to overlay the music later. I can't put it in right now. It's gonna be ugly. All right. So again, good stretching. A good stretch is always important. Get my mat together. A good stretch is always important. And these mats have grip. It's good to have that grip on your mat so you know what's going on. Get a good stretch in. It's so important to stretch. Y'all probably like, damn, he's flexible, but you know, as an ex athlete, and I played at a high level. I want you to know that I played at a high level. So, but you have to stretch. You have to do that. Don't treat your body. Yeah, it's important. It's important to get that stretch in, and you know, get a good calf stretch in too. A good calf stretch is just hands on the knees, keeping that back foot planted, and just leaning forward. And that calf will stretch out. Get a good calf stretch. We walk all day long. Make sure you get that good calf stretch in, all right? So I'm gonna go into 50 burpees. It sounds like a lot. You don't have to do them all at once. I suggest 10 5 times. Most of you beginners, I suggest, 20, 20, and 10. Break it up. Get some water, relax, control your breathing. Um, so we'll go. I'm gonna count out loud because if I try to talk to you guys without counting, I'm gonna lose count. All right, let's hydrate first. Remember, fluids get to your bloodstream faster than breathing air. So always have your oxygen, always have your fluids. Now, this is a serious tip for all of you. I was in corporate fitness for a year and a half. And one of the things I started to get really into was your cardiovascular endurance. And I would test people's cardiovascular endurance. And I can show you guys, even in your own home, how to test that. It's very important to know your target heart rate. I would test folks, and they would test really, really high, but they would admit to have drinking energy drinks before coming to the gym. Do not, do not play around with that. I've seen bad stuff happen to folks that drink energy drinks right before a workout. Bad stuff. I don't care what the commercial says. Do not drink an energy drink before you work out. Just don't do it. All right, let's go. 50 burpees. See what we got. All right. I'm going to break this up probably, I don't know. I'm going to break it up though, so we can talk a little bit. But burpees is a very good exercise. Like I said, get the heart rate up, get it going. Let's go. Get the shoulders going. All right. All right, we're going to get right into it. Should look really easy. Get this knocked out. All right. Good job. All right, y'all ready? You ready? At home, you ready? Let's go. So you plant, you kick, you come in, you jump. You plant, you kick, you come in, you jump. That's 2. You can plant, kick, go down, and come up and jump. That's 3. All right, let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 to the good. All right. So what did we learn? You can plant, come all the way down, stay stiff, just kick out, come all the way up. Those are different variations. Remember, how I teach you to control your breathing. You breathe in, 2 deep breaths, and then 5 to 10 second intervals, 2 deep breaths. Keep doing that until you have control of your breathing. All right, try it again. Your mind's gonna tell you try to rush those 2 breaths. Don't do it. Get those 2 breaths in. All right. Enjoying myself here. Type Muadi. 50 is the number we're going for. Break it up. 25 in the morning. 25 before you go to bed. Some of you are lucky. You have a workout area at your job. Beautiful. Some in the morning, some at lunch before you eat, some when you get home. Don't get comfortable. Don't be the kind of person to get home and sit on that couch or lay in that bed and can't get back up. Don't be that kind. When you know you have this workout to do, tally mark it off, get it done. Getting this work. Let me tell you the things that couldn't stop me. The things that got in my way but couldn't stop me. Many of you are letting things stop you. Let's talk about what couldn't stop me. Get this. I want you to get this. Some of you are going through things right now and you're letting it stop you. See, poverty couldn't stop me. It had a hold on me, a grasp on me, but it couldn't stop me. Pain couldn't stop me. I was beaten. I was broken. But pain didn't stop me. It couldn't stop me. Prison. I've been in and out of jail since I was 12 years old. Locked facilities, group homes, foster homes, boys' homes. As an adult, prison in 3 different states, even incarceration could not stop me. I was rejected, betrayed, used, manipulated. I was lied to and I was lied on. Misused and abused. It couldn't stop me. Because my time hadn't come yet. It hadn't arrived. I was still searching. I was still because my time is now. It's time for me to stand up and be heard. It's time for me to make a difference in someone's life. It's time for me to be accepted, to be rewarded, to be embraced. So when you hear my voice, just know I mean it. It's coming from the right place. It's for you, and you, and you. Don't doubt what couldn't be stopped. Because you yourself might be me. In fact, I believe you are. Join me. Because your time could be now, too. Let's be strong together. All right, it took me a little bit longer than usual to get my act together. Taibu Muad'Dib here, rocking it hard in the morning for you guys and gals. Going live one time. I apologize. I just like to be as crispy as possible for my show. So thank you very much for joining in and tuning in as I go crazy on the ones and the twos. It's been an experience podcasting the last couple of years. It truly has. I want to make sure that you all know just exactly the platform I stand on when I go live. Thank you very much, Big Shirley, Charlie Sprinkle. Good morning. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, attempting to get my collar straight. All right, you know how that is. Speakers paired. So just doing the best I can to give you guys and gals something original every day. Just so much to cover with Valentine's Day here, making sure that we have the proper lighting. Yeah. As you can see from the gentleman behind me, many of you need a life coach right now. And I've been podcasting and giving you guys and gals the deal for a minute. Even though I'm a little bit latish getting on to my show, I'm always on time with the information and the inspiration. And I want to inspire you to let you know that it's time for folks to hear you roar. All right. It's time for folks to truly hear you roar. It's time for you to let your voice be heard. And what you should be saying is, I need a life coach. I need somebody to help me straighten my situation out. See, the problem happens when you are left to your own devices and you don't have enough tools, you don't have enough skill sets, or you have limiting beliefs. Now, this trio of situations is what keeps you down. And it happens because many of us just aren't ready to ask for help. Raise your hand if you know you need help. Raise your hand if you're okay being vulnerable to someone to give you a different opinion, or if you can let go of control long enough to allow someone else to direct and guide you. Okay. Now, to be clear, I'm the only person I know podcasting to bring awareness to their coaching platform. I know a lot of coaches and speakers out there that reach out to you guys and girls in many different ways. The reason I podcast to bring awareness to my coach and speaking platform is because I want you to know that I can get you together and entertain you at the same time. All right. Get my Tonight Show stuff going on here. I can entertain you. I can make you feel great and get you in shape. I can do that for you. Now, why would I do that for you? Because you, if accepted into a program, because there's a qualification process we're going to go through, if accepted, it's up to me to allow you to choose one of many course curriculums, right? Whatever you and I decide will most directly address what you need to overcome to achieve your goal. We'll get you on that 6-month path. And once on that 6-month path, you'll attend classes like the one you're all invited to tonight. Tonight at 7 p.m., you're all invited. I had such a great turnout and such a great time on Saturday. I said, hey, it's Black History Month. Our people need free access to the next level. So I'm giving you all free access. Not if you don't, you can look, be any culture you want. You don't look like me, but I'm saying on Black History Month, people who are oppressed, if you feel oppressed, if you feel subjugated, if you feel like you're not connected to the money, come to my class and let's talk about it. You want to hear me roar for sure. You want to hear what I have to say about fitness, family, and finance, right? The big three. How can they not be the big three? Fitness, family, and finance. How can that not be the big three? We are social beings. Valentine's Day is coming up. We all wish we were a part of something special right now. I'm lucky, right? People say I'm blessed. I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky. As it would have it, luck played a part in the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Isn't that right? Had that kicker not kicked that extra point so low and it got blocked, it may have been a totally different game down the stretch there. All right. So going right into it, I can freestyle this because my roar has been loud for years. It's just that it wasn't packaged properly so that you could hear it the way you need to receive it. So, what's it going to take for you to be more? And we're not talking about just the job that you have. The job's all right. Or the relationship that you're in. He or she's all right. We're talking about when you look up into the stars and a part of you says we should be doing more with our life. And if you don't take action, that thought doesn't leave. You dream about it. You daydream about it. You're looking online, scrolling and watching other people have it when it should be you and you and you. Stop watching other people have what you dream about. It's time to take action. It's time for them to hear you roar. It's time to put pressure on the person that needs to feel it. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about that man or woman in the mirror. Put it on lockdown. It's time to put pressure on the person that needs to feel it. Now, as we discussed yesterday, what is the big question? The big question is, are you being too lenient on yourselves? Oh, I'll get it next year. I'll spend this $7,000 on this cruise for me and the guys. I'll work on my gut next year. Babe, she still loves me. I'm still getting a lot of interest from the ladies. This gut don't matter. Come on now, somebody, work with me. Come on, ladies. Can't stay out the retail stores or ordering stuff online. No gym. Oh, my bad. Thank you very much, Jonah. Thank you. Apologize for everybody. When I play music in my truck, even though I'm a different part of the house, the Bluetooth will pick it up. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate you with that. Yep. So, look, I'm going hard too. That's how you know. I apologize for that. Yeah, I definitely, when me and Bae went out shopping, you know how that can get. And one thing led to another. You know how that can get. So, I don't mind going back over all that because it's from the heart. My name is Taibu Muad'Dib. I'm a certified goal achievement coach. And This podcast is being brought to you courtesy of the First Step Coaching. First Step Coaching, powered by Heavenly Bodies. I started out as a personal trainer and getting people in shape, but I realized without the learning component, as creatures of habit, we'll fall back into that pattern. One of my very, very, very first personal training clients, way back in the day, worked out 3 weeks in. He had never really been on a workout program before with somebody. Shout out to the LGBTQ community. The brother, you know what I'm saying, he had a same-sex partner and worked out. Fam had his six-pack came out quick. He came in one time and told me a story about him and his partner just jogging one of the trails in Madison. If you know Madison, Wisconsin, shout out to the 608. A lot of bike trails and jogging trails. So they had the little pull-up bar and some of the, workout equipment around the jogging path. He said that his partner couldn't handle it, that he could do more pull-ups than he could because of the training. And that's why I do what I do. Just those things, that's a memorable moment. You can't take that back from him. So I'm telling you right now, when it comes down to it, and I appreciate everybody that's subscribing, that's liking the live or whatever. When it comes down to it, I've been changing and transforming lives for about 20 years. Now, with that being said, how can I change and transform your life as a life coach? Even that much more so, because affecting your mindset will affect the way that you move forward in life. So the transformation and the goals achieved and milestones reached will be much greater and much more memorable. Much more memorable. Now, you can look at my social media pages and see what I've been doing the last 3 years, and you'll be like, oh my gosh. But it podcast to podcast, special guest to special guest, client to client, I'm comfortable in saying you should now let the person in the mirror that you see in the mirror hear you roar, because that's the only person right now that needs to hear you roar. Not the people in your household or at the workplace or in the community. You need to become a roar. You need to roar at that person in the mirror, because that's the person that's holding you back. It's true. It's true. Now, shout out to those of you who have stuck to their guns. Midway through February, if you're still working out in the gym, if you're still budgeting or dieting or whatever you do, you were going to do different. If you're still doing that properly, I give a big applause to you for real, because it's difficult. It is not easy. It is not easy. But if you've been having trouble staying motivated, if you're grappling with how to maintain your commitment to the change you want to make, that's why you get a life coach like Taibu Muad'Dib, yours truly. See, my certification isn't just in talking to people, getting to know people, being presentable. My certification is in growth strategy. My certification is in organization. My certification is in fundamental learning. Those are the big three. Because if you watching this right now, if you had those three down pat, you'd be on your way. Your activities would be lined up. You'd be hitting your milestones. You'd be one of the happier people in your community. Like me. Yeah. Like me. Where I stay for what I do, man, my head's in the clouds. I can't get my feet on the ground because of what I've transformed my life into with effort, focus, and commitment. Now, if you're ready for your one-on-one coaching experience, please inbox me, DM me, raise your hand, or go to Calendly.com right now /Coach Taibu. Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Let's go ahead and get on a phone call. Let's talk about it. What's wrong with that? Now, there's so many people out there doing so many different things that many of you are like, I don't know. Another one of those guys. Someone else that thinks that they can change me. You don't even know me. Ha! That's where you're wrong. Because I know whether you're committed or not. Oh, yeah. I can find out in 12 minutes or less if you're truly committed or not. Oh, yeah. Because all I'm going to do is measure up your level of effort and focus into what you're saying. That's how I'm going to know you're committed. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about effort, about your focus, and I'll tell you right now where your commitment's at. So know you as a person? No. Your moral character? No. Your belief systems? No. But I know if you're committed to what you say you're about. Does that make sense? I would shut this thing down. Shoot. I got 1 like and 400 people that viewed my live so far in the last 15 minutes. Y'all ridiculous. Don't come on matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my sub-only live. Y'all ain't got no love for me. I'm gonna go to my sub-only live. We switching. That's why I'm only going live for people that subscribe to my channel. Cause I'm giving y'all this free game. I'm telling you, in March, all you're gonna get on my page is posts. Unless you're a live subscriber, all you're going to get on my page is posts. I'm not giving out this free game to people that's not even giving me likes. I can see it. It's 400 people that view I've been on here for 17 minutes. I only got 1 like. It's the craziest thing. And that's okay. I didn't get to where I am worried about who likes me or not. Not on the job, not in the community, not in my household. I don't mind not being liked. Shoot. But you will respect the productivity. Oh, yeah. You'll respect it. Got a nephew right now up north talking about, Uncle, just give me a couple more weeks. Let me go ahead and get this car. I'm on my way down there. He sees, because he knows. He grew up, Uncle Taibu, where he at? Oh, he in jail again? Okay. To Uncle call me when he get out. This is real. That's who I was. Without effort, focus, and commitment, the reason that you're losing is you don't have a winning strategy. You don't. You won't roar at yourself. I'll roar at you a little bit. I don't mind getting loud. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna bust a grape in Butcher's backyard. The reason I podcast to bring awareness to my coaching and speaking is because I want you to know I'm a regular person too. For some reason, you guys see people with 1 million followers, 100,000 likes, whatever, whatnot, and you think they're doing something different than what you are capable of doing. It's not true. I have to work just as hard and do just as much research and stay just as in tune with the industry and the community as anybody else that's making money online, coaching, or speaking. I don't work any less hard. This is my work ethic right here. I was 20-something minutes late, so I had to put on different shows I had previously done to keep my live going over here on YouTube. And there was a small gap. I couldn't help that. But presentation is everything, isn't it? So I'm until you call me, until you book a call with me, I won't really know what direction you and I should go. I don't really know what your perspective is right now, but I know you're behind. If you're watching this live right now, I know you're down right now, and I've been there. Let's talk about Taibu, what his short story is. Taibu had a terrible childhood. Oh yeah, it was nuts. It was crazy. And so what happened was, as I tried to fix it on my own, I made a ton of mistakes. Oh yeah, I can admit it. I made a ton of mistakes. And so I hurt people in the community. I got myself in positions to win, and I lost it all because I didn't work on myself. I didn't work on myself. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. I work on myself. And that's the short story. That's, I'm oversimplifying it, but until I started pointing the thumb and took the fight to the man in the mirror, I was making mistakes that I didn't have to make. I was wasting time and energy with people I shouldn't have been around. I was going places that weren't taking me anywhere fast. And so what I say is, get up on that beanstalk and climb. What are you talking about? Jack and the beanstalk. See, what y'all don't realize about Jack, excuse me, what y'all realize about Jack is Jack didn't know. He didn't know. He had no idea what was up that beanstalk. But that didn't stop him. That didn't stop him. He was shot an opportunity, took that opportunity and ran with it. And when he got around his people cursed him and sent him to bed with no dinner. So wanting to be more, don't expect for it to be met with a lot of cheers and applause. Don't expect for it to be met with folks patting you on the back and pushing you forward and giving you money to invest in your business. Don't expect, when you go a different direction, don't expect for somebody to jump right behind that and help you out. It's going to be a solo journey. Jack got up on that beanstalk. His mom told him, hey, this ain't going nowhere. This doesn't mean anything. And Jack had no idea what was up that beanstalk, if he ever make it back home. But he got on that beanstalk and climbed anyway. See, many of you look at that beanstalk and you're afraid because you had just got reprimanded. You were just told you wasted your time. You wasted our money. You were put down. People laughed at you, scoffed at you when you were in a different direction. When you made that move, when you ended that relationship, people came down on you. Why did you do that? He has so much money. She took so good care of your kids. As soon as you make that move for you, don't expect for folks to applaud you and to cheer you on. You're going to meet resistance immediately because no one wants someone else to do better than them. I don't care if it's your brother. This is how we're made. I'm not making this up. This is how we're made. Whether it's your brother or your sister, your parents, no one wants you doing better than them. Oh, we all say, I want my children to do better than me. Nonsense. Then where is the generational wealth? I'm talking to us. If you want that, where's the generational wealth? Spend less time in the hookah lounge, right? Spend less time on trips overseas and put that money into stuff that's going to get your kids not just through college, but into their first home. Oh, yeah. You hear me roar now? Are you hearing me roar? This is why I'm so good at what I do. I'm going to shoot straight down the middle. My dad always told me that I would never really be accepted widely because I stick to the truth. What he was saying to me is the majority of our society are followers and phonies. And if you look around, I'm dealing with a young person right now who's a follower. And they're leading him astray. How many of you kids out there, I'm talking to the young folks now, I got a number of young followers. How many of you young folks are following the wrong crowd? Right now, you don't see it as the wrong, because they're the cool cats, the cool gals in school right now. So you don't see it like that. But you're following the wrong crowd. You're following the wrong crowd. Got me heated over here. You need a life coach because you're following the wrong crowd. You need a life coach because you're following the wrong crowd. You need a life coach because you are following the wrong crowd. And I got very good friends, very, very good friends, but they aren't on the path that I'm on. They don't have their sights set where mine are. So while I appreciate their friendship, at the same time, I am not comfortable where they're comfortable. I don't feel secure where they might feel secure. I'm talking to somebody now. You need a life coach because you need a fresh perspective. You need a life coach because you need to help getting organized. All right. That's the end of that. Power off. That's the end of that. That thing might blow up on me. So you need a life coach because you need a winning strategy. Many of you are making plans and you have plans, but you don't have a winning strategy. There's a difference, right? I think the difference between a plan and a winning strategy is your plan is just too broad. There's no activities involved except one. Think about it. I'm gonna get a better job. That's one activity. That's why it's not a winning strategy, right? So, are you talking about a new job with a new company, a better job within the same company, or creating your own job? So I broke that down. That's why you need a life coach, because you need someone to talk to you and help you to develop your thought process to a point where you are razor sharp about it. Get you some activities that you can take care of. Like, so once you set your goal, I'm gonna bring, look, so go to the post. I put the post everywhere. You're invited tonight to sit in on our 7 p.m. class. And I'm doing that because many of you came out on Saturday. I appreciate you. It was a great turnout. I met a lot of new people, and we did really, really well with that class. The thing is, I want to continue to do that, everybody. I want to continue to offer you guys this month, Black History Month. If you're down, if you're oppressed, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're doubtful, if you're fearful, come on to my classes. I'm gonna give y'all some free access to the classes. I don't mind giving this free value, because without that, you just won't know what you're missing, and that's hurting so many of you. And the need is so great. I like doing this, and the need is so great. I like helping, coaching, mentoring, leading, and the need is so great. That's why I like how the Bible says it. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers and laborers are few. If you're brave enough and bold enough to raise your hand and reach out and ask for some help, I'll continue to be brave and bold and forge this path to making sure that you have access to first step coaching. That's what I'll do. This month, you guys have the access point. The classes are Saturday at 1 p.m., Tuesday at 7 p.m. You're all welcome. Come on, sit in. Learn something. Learn something. Because in class, I can get more intentional. In classes, that's why I break down effort, focus, and commitment. And then I take it one step higher: goal, leadership, and training. See, I introduce you to a system, because once you're successful, even by the standards of your neighbors and community, once you're successful, you're automatically an influencer. So you automatically have leadership responsibility. It's Taibu Muad'Dib, certified goal achievement coach. The transformative consulting that I'm about to start doing at local businesses here in the DFW. I'm excited about the opportunity. I just got my template together. I'm gonna start sending the letters out today. Just taking it to the community. I'm really thank you for the subscription. That's what I'm talking about, people. Take it seriously. Thank you for subscribing. Take it seriously. As a subscriber, you're gonna get all this. It's gonna be great. Making my first million. I'm on this. So I appreciate you guys and gals so much for jumping in here. Like I said, this podcast is brought to you courtesy of First Step Coaching. Why First Step Coaching? I named my program, my coaching program, after you all, because that first step, there's nothing like taking that first step towards financial freedom. There's nothing like taking that first step out of that relationship to open the door up for the relationship that you belong in. Let's go. I don't want to run out of time without talking about her fight.
And when I say her fight's my fight, I mean her fight is my fight. Let's go. Her fight is my fight. Why do you say that, Taibu? I say it because it's important to me. So I'm raising money. It's a fundraiser going on right now to end sexual and domestic violence. So the fundraiser for the Guard Me Gear security tech wearable, largely women and children are unprotected from sexual and domestic violence and abuse. And that's happening because we're just not discussing it. We're just not discussing it. No one's talking about it until something sensationally bad happens. Why wait that long? Guard Me Gear is a tech startup that I started conceptualizing over 6 years ago. I brought a team in. I'll put the link up there. We have a YouTube video for it, how it's going to work and everything. I'm just putting it out there. I'm ready to go. Everything's ready to go. The business accept LLC is locked in. We're going to prototype, manufacture, test, redesign, and deliver it to the community. Once you guys and gals have this device on you, the Guard Me Gear, once you have it clipped on you, once you have it on you, you're protected. Why? Because the gear actually is an acronym for giving everyone a response. Giving everyone a response. That's what these people who are being victimized need. Survivors still need it. Survivors of this kind of violence still want to they want to live again. They want to live free again and not be encumbered by just, the anxiety and the stress and the fears that come from their past experience with it. So now that they know they're going to have a response, they can live a much more full life. Men that look like me, Black men, African men in this country, you can live a free, more full life because if you're stopped by a police officer whose intent is to cause you harm, you'll have a response. Taibu Muad'Dib, how can a response be greater than a police officer? Because we are citizens and they are peace officers. So any average citizen can come and basically they have more power at that point than a police officer because they're there for my safety. We've seen so much in this country, the police officers show up and they're not for people's safety. It's sad, but in America, the law enforcement can show up to a situation and not be there for that person's safety. We deserve certified responders who are. Donate $5 and share the link, the Guard Me Gear security tech wearable. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause this real quick so I can go over and get it for you guys and gals. I want you to have it. I don't want you to miss it. I want you to get it done. It's the opportunity of a lifetime to get involved. Let's go. So I'm going to copy this link real quick, get this to you. All right. So in the comment section right now, I'm going to put it here a couple of times and pin it up a couple of times before I jam out of here. Guard Me Gear, security tech wearable. Let's go. All right. Pinned up there for 60 seconds. So you see it's pinned right there. Her fight is my fight. So I want to make sure that you all know that we can end sexual and domestic violence for good. Because the Guard Me Gear personal security wearable technology collects evidence as soon as you activate it. So we'll catch that guy or that gal every time, each time, every time. Each time, every time. And I know the tough on crime legislators will definitely get behind it. I have yet to reach out to them, but I will. I'm looking at funding from different sources. If you have a funding source, let me know. But start with your $5 donation and then just share the link with somebody else. That's all I ask. That's all we ask. So don't wait for the next sensationally bad story of domestic or sexual violence to a woman or a child. Let's go ahead and prevent that by donating. Reach out to me if you want more information. Follow the link right there. It's up there. Don't worry about it. Don't trip. All right. Taibu Muad'Dib, I'm going to go ahead and put the link over here as well. I'm going to go over here and put the link over here as well. Right here. put the link into my podcast comment section. So you guys can go to the comment section also over here, subscribe on YouTube and get that as well. But we can definitely get that going. What did I just do? Share. All right. Let me get the share. Let me get the share link. Okay, the share link is much shorter. There it is. All right, let's try this one. That one's kind of long. I don't know what that was all about. I hope you had a good time this morning. I wanted to be inspirational. Uh, in other news, I want to say, as far as news is concerned, before I jam out of here, in other news, I want to say that I don't think it's a bad time right now. I don't think it's a bad time right now for us as African people to start asking for reparations. I think that if the Senate can put together 95 billion for individuals who are beleaguered in different places outside of the U.S. borders, I believe that we can fix some problems. African people, raise your hand here in America if you believe 95 billion can help our communities. Yeah. So I think it's time to talk about the Citizens Justice League for African people. I think it's time for us to talk about reparations. I think now is a good time to explore these things. If I hear that the Senate can stay up all night long sipping mint julep and put out 95 billion for people that haven't didn't have to go through the Middle Passage, aren't still dealing with generational traumas and effects of slavery, being subjugated, being over policed. I just believe that 95 billion can help our community a lot. So I think we should go ahead really to come together and talk about this. Chasky, Nice, Deanna, PJ, B Train. Let's get together as influencers. Let's have a podcast together right here on Taiwan Moody's platform. Let's talk about some of these issues concerning reparations, because we definitely have enough viewership to put some pressure on the government to get that thing done for us. Make sure you get out and vote this year. Make sure you get out and vote this year. Get out and vote this year. It's important to get out and vote this year. Some serious issues. Make sure that the person that you're voting for, you can say, I voted for you, and put that political pressure on them while we are developing our own. All right. Taibu Muadi right here. This has been Mornings with Muadi. I'm going to release y'all to do what y'all got to do for the day. I hope I give you information and inspiration this morning to get through your day and to know that tonight you can sit in on one of my classes. You can raise your hand. You can, at that point, we can book a time to talk about you applying to get your own class started. I'm talking about this is real. It's happening. I want you to be more. I don't want you to feel like you can't do it. Let's start from the beginning. I want to hear you roar. Taibu Muad'Dib. And that is how you know that is the show.